that if you have not God kind of love, taking advantage of people because they're vulnerable, that's not what God would do. The God kind of love will never take advantage of you because you're vulnerable. You're desperate for your child to get out of jail. You're desperate for you to get healed. And so the preacher said, if you bring God this kind of money, and I'm not telling you that you do not sow into the kingdom, but you should not be tricked into it. That's why the tithe always guarantees me the windows of heaven open. If I tithe, I'm free. I don't care what service I go in, what conference I go in. If I paid my honest tithes, he cannot intimidate me, nor can she. You can walk on all kind of cars. This is anointed. I've been spitting on it all day. And when you get my spit, something's going to happen. Yeah, what is stink is going to be on me. Because you a preacher, that don't mean your breath don't stink. You're spitting all on everything. Get away from me. Get them some Crest or Cert or whatever they use. Some Glean or something. So don't get caught up in thinking because people are anointed. The Bible says if they don't have love, they are nothing. Come on, 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profit me nothing. Why y'all think the tithe box is in the back of New Life Church of Faith? Because whenever you give, the Bible says give in secret and God rewards you openly. You'll never get the fan around here and show everybody your little tithe envelope and all that other stuff. Come hit the table. No, because God said, if you love me, you'll do it and you won't sound a trumpet. You'll never have to run around and tell everybody what you're doing. And I gave her this. She didn't have nothing. And the Lord, see, they got to bring the Lord in to make it look like it's legit. And the Lord told me to go over to her house. And when I got there, it was just like the Lord showed me. Her house was filthy. But the Lord told me to mop her floors. And the Lord told me to wash her dishes. And the Lord told me to clean her. Lord ain't told you nothing. You trying to get some pats on the back. You need to sound a trumpet every time you do something for somebody. I'm telling you, you get no reward in heaven. Burn your body up. If you didn't do it for the Lord, you just burned up. You just a crispy critter. Bless somebody and don't tell nobody. That's when it's legit. Bless somebody and don't tell nobody. Serve at this local church and don't look for me to tell you you've done a good job. I'm not telling you I'm not going to tell you. But if I don't you quit the He don't never tell nobody nothing about how much I didn't see me working. I be singing. Oh, my time is up. I'm having too much fun. Come on. Charity suffereth long. It is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. It's not puffed up. If you got the God kind of love, you ain't jealous of nobody in this church. You ain't jealous of nobody in your family. Do you know there's a lot of folks that are grudging with their own brothers and sisters? This is the crazy. I'm going to tell the truth. Some folks is grudging with their mamas and daddies. And their mamas and daddies is grudging with them. Also, you're going to school. This is your own mom and daddy. Oh. Y'all got a car? Oh. This is your mom and daddy. Oh. You quit doing drugs? So what? I ain't going to never stop smoking weed. I'm your mama, but you can't tell me nothing. That was Jim Carrey coming up right there. Let me tell you something. Been watching Living Color again. I love it. I love it. Fire Marshal Bill. Let me tell you something. If you don't have love, you can't show me nothing. Can't. Jealousy and envy come from your own insecurity. And God made you a masterpiece. So how does God feel every time you jealous of somebody else? He said, but I height. You're supposed to be your height. You're supposed to be your color. You're supposed to have that face. I made you a masterpiece. And if you are illegitimate, that means you are trying to be what you are not. Whenever you are trying to take and move yourself into a place that you don't have legal right to, it comes out of your own insecurity. God didn't ordain for you to be a pastor. You will never be successful. He didn't ordain for you to sing and to be in whatever leadership position. You just there because you're jealous of somebody else. You poor little Michael Jackson, rest his soul. He was a genius, but yet he was so insecure. And all kind of stuff to disfigure his face because he didn't know he was a masterpiece. That big old fat nose was a masterpiece. A, B, C, we loved it. Nose and all. 1, 2, 3. We loved it. But no, he went and disfigured himself before he left this earth. When you got envy and jealousy and strife in your heart, you don't have the God kind of love. You're undermining folks around you because you're jealous. You run with every kind of gossip because you feel the need to undermine folks. You need to keep stuff up. You keep strife up in your house, on your job, everywhere you go, because you're insecure about who you are. I know what they want me to do. I ain't going to do it because you're jealous. You're envious. You work witchcraft. That's what it is. Manipulation. Envy and strife. All that comes out of insecurity. Go build your own kingdom. Don't go and take somebody else's wife. Get your own husband. Get your own. Why would you sit around and try to destroy another person's life because you jealous of their life? You got a life. Go work yours out. Why? Because you too lazy to work it out because you see it's work. You want somebody else to do all the work and then you step in. Just move out of the way. Let me. See. That feel pretty good. I know it ain't mine, but I'm going to wear it for a little while. Come on, rest on your feet. I'm sorry. Our time's up. You got to finish 13. I'm going to read this one while you're standing on your feet. I'm going to St. John 14 and 15. But you got to read it for yourself, the rest of the 13th chapter, the love chapter. But 14 and 15 said this right here. It says, if ye love me, keep my commandments. Is that plain? If you really love God, you will not fornicate. If you really love him, you will not defile your temple with drugs and alcohol. If you love him, you will not practice a homosexual, lesbian lifestyle. You will not be an adulteress. You will not be full of strife and jealousy and envy and hatred. Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you love the Lord, you won't steal the tithe. If you love him. Because he commanded us to bring our tithes and offering into the storehouse. Now, I want to keep bringing this up to folks who go to New Life Church of Faith and then turn around and say, but I tithe somewhere else. Go there. Go there. Why would you sit here and send your tithe somewhere else? Oh, you're quiet now. Because you don't want to see this ministry prosper. You don't want to see this ministry come into any more than what is already in. That's why you say, I'm a member here, but I tithe other places. I said a member here. I didn't say you come here. You're a member here. This is my church, but I don't tithe here. Look how quiet we done got. Why should I even have to beg leadership to tithe? Why should I have to go to leadership and say, you don't tithe? No. But you said God told you to be in this church? Mm-hmm. Explain that to me. I'm waiting to hear your answer. Tell me. God called me to New Life Church of Faith, and he told me to tithe somewhere else. Oh, the truth is you ain't tithing there either. You lying. You done stole the tithe. Y'all quiet now. Look at you. How many know we got 25 years this year? Come on, let's celebrate Jesus. Never had a fundraiser. Never went out in the streets and sold chicken and rummage sales and barbecues and fake anniversaries and appreciations and men's days. So I'm not telling you to tithe because this ministry going under. I'm telling you anything that Jesus Christ ordained, he finances. That's what he's been doing for 25 years while you are missing your own blessing. You only hurting yourself when you steal the tithe. You don't hurt the kingdom of God. Kingdom of God going to always go on. But I'm telling you as your pastor, you ought to know that if you say you love the Lord, you'll keep his commandments. No lying, no envy, no strife. Love your neighbor. Give your neighbor just what you want them to give you. They ain't going to give it to you. Give it to them anyway. Y'all quiet now. How mature are you that you can actually go up and tell your neighbor, I love you, and you know your neighbor hates you? They just talked about you. The Lord ain't telling me to do that. He told me to avoid evil. See, you want to use the word now to fix it up so you don't have to do what he told you to do. Anybody ever read in the Bible about in Hosea when he told the prophet, go marry Gomer. She's a prostitute. She's going to have babies by other folks. You go marry her. So you'll know how it feels when I love y'all and y'all go and hug up with the devil all the time. I give you my very best, and then you turn around and give me nothing but filth and disrespect. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about somebody say, and if you love God. I said, if you love God. Can y'all say that with me? If you love God. It don't sound too strong. If you love God, I'll keep his commandments. I'll keep his commandments. There were spots in this room. This room was pretty full, but I could hear it was dead spots. Folks would say, I ain't saying it. You can't make me say it. I know I love God, but you too rebellious to even say it. I ain't got to prove nothing to you, Pastor Miller. You sure don't, but you got to prove it to God. If you love God, you'll keep his commandments. How many know if you love God, you will never put your hands on your wife, your husband? You'll never be charged with domestic violence. You love your children, you will make sure they got food even if you ain't got none. You'll make sure they got clothes even if you don't. You had that baby. I don't care if you didn't know her name. You should have never laid with her. The DNA says yours. Now start paying. She set me up. So what? You got played. Now start paying. Now start paying. Because the baby is innocent. Baby come into earth innocent. Sister Miller, would you come? Please. You've been listening to the New Life Church of Faith. We're in Danville, Illinois. Wherever you are around the world, come on. You're welcome. This little city welcomes you at this local church. Come on, 11 o'clock Sunday mornings. Come, Champaign-Urbana at our Champaign location. That's 201 Lincoln Square. That's 8 o'clock in the morning. God gets up early, and God is ready to get his praise on. Come on and join in. The angels of the Lord are rejoicing. He meets us in that place. He's bringing people to Christ. He's causing lives to be changed. The reason why I'm there is because the Lord sent me there because he knew there would be people that were looking for him. And so there's some people that have come into that ministry, and it's because of Jesus that their lives have been changed for the better. So if you're interested in having an authentic, real relationship with Jesus, come to our Champaign location, Champaign-Urbana, surrounding community, Danville, over at the Heavenly Square Mall. That's at 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings. God bless you. All right, please don't leave right now. We're just going to take a few moments because somebody needs the God kind of love today. Somebody needs to walk the